Good evening everybody. Welcome to my that's my knee. Welcome to my Wednesday night stream. It's been a while. Completely missed the Easter weekend. Lots of family stuff going on, so unfortunately, along with illness and colds, didn't manage to stream Friday or on Sunday. So we're back here on our Wednesday stream, back in the saddle, as it were, with Oreo, getting very affectionate tonight. Just need to turn your camera up a little bit. There we go. That way we can see Oreo. There we go. He's enjoying all his affection tonight. Hope everybody is doing well this fine evening. Obviously it's reset day. I believe... good evening, Nooks. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. Thank you very much. Glad to be back. Good to see what's happening. I haven't... I've been on occasionally, being able to relist a few auctions and things like that. But I haven't opened any of my mail, so I've got lots of mail to open. Hopefully we'll get a decent amount for a week's worth of sales, but we'll see. Don't know exactly how it's going to do. But I know I've got at least 2 pages of Mailbox on Samadan to open. Don't know what I've done today, so I'll have a look at that a bit later, hopefully. That should be good. How about yourself? Hope you had a good week so far. Oreo's being super affectionate. He's now gone out of focus. There we go. Let's leave that there. He's gone further out now. Right, so let's have a look at where we're at. So in terms of things that I did or didn't get to do last week, I didn't manage to do the brawl, so I didn't get those extra marks of honour, unfortunately. Took a week break and trotted down to Cornwall to see the fam. Excellent. Well, Cornwall's a lovely area of the country, so glad you managed to take a break. Good to hear it. We're going to head on over to the mailbox to see what we have got for a week's worth of sales. It's going to be interesting. So we'll have a look as it's going. Hi, good evening, Nobby. 1602, how are you? Hope you're doing well. So let's have a look at what we have. I did a reset on all my auctions this morning. So this is all a fair amount, 121 in the mail at the moment. Good evening, Arthurs, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. And Marsburg, good evening to you too. Looking a lovely shade of lobster. Love the sun. It doesn't like your skin too much. Oops, sorry to hear that. Yeah, I think a lot of people got caught out by all the sunshine. Love the Oreo emote. Oh yes, of course, we have that. That's a new emote, has been approved now. No Dachi, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. How are you doing, Maswa? I'm feeling much better, thank you very much. It was a bit of a tough cold, this one. It kind of went for a long while. I've still got the remnants of it left over, but other than that, we're doing very well. So let's go have a look. Let's just move this up a little bit so we can see the gold at the bottom there. There we go. Good evening, Dado. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. We're just going through the mailbox now, so I think what I'll do is I'll have to add all this up. So let's get a calculator and get things sorted there. Still waiting for your PC to get sorted. 2 weeks now. Ouch, Arthurs. Have you had any luck with getting the CPU sent back? It was going to your sister, wasn't it, to get checked out, to see what was exactly wrong with it. Orio's come back. Let's come back for some more attention. So let's put this in my calculator for today's first page. So that's like 84,000, just about. 84,000 gold. Dewey, how are you? And Darkwing and Stephen Hall, thank you all for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. So let's have a look. What did we have? I actually sold some aromatic fish oil. I wasn't expecting that. Pact of Critical Strike, Pact of Haste, some Sinister Gear, some more pacts. Obviously this is enchanting stuff from today. And then moving further on to a bit of food from earlier. Sinister Combatants. And more Sinister... lots of shirts here. Quite a few there. Red Workman shirt, good for 854 gold. That's nice. And more Sinister Combatants, and then some Bountiful Feasts here for 9,000 for 20 of them. That's pretty good going. So that's the first lot. I'll open this up before the next lot comes through, and then we'll see what we get there on the next page after this one. So 84,000. So this is going to be a week's worth of sales, because it was Wednesday when I last did the mailbox opening on stream. So I'll wait for that to come through and then get that to refresh. You've done tests and whatnot, sent that to the company, then they asked for what GPU and what primary hard drive you had, Windows installed, and now you're waiting again. Feels like they're dragging it out. That is a shame. You'd think they'd basically just sort of say, okay, we'll send you out a fresh one, you send us back that one, and then we'll get you up and running. So we've got 36,000 on page 2 of this. A few silkweave satchels, lots of swamp fish and chips here, some more sinister gear. McVaney, thank you very much. 7 months, that's amazing. 7 months already. 7 months, never thought Mr. Potato would make it. Well, Mr. Potato 2.0 is doing very well, so hopefully going to last a lot longer. And Dewey, thank you very much also for 2 months of subscribing. Thank you both for your support. Really do appreciate it. Let's see, lots of. Now we have Brutosaur, Samadan, Chef's Hat, and Oreo emotes to go with everything now. There you go, Oreo, you're famous. Sensors and Bolton, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Alright, so let's have a look what else we've got mail-wise. Oops, back to the list, didn't want to click on that. Silkweave satchels, more bountiful feasts there, singles, and some more food. So lots of food here doing well. Crusader enchants done well there. Mark of the Black Rock. Okay, so that's another lot, 36,000. So let's add that onto that lot. So plus 36,000. Grand total so far is 120,000. So let's open up this lot before this refreshes again, and see what's in the final page of sales. Hopefully I'll catch this in time. Just about. And final page is 27,500. So grand total there, plus 27,500, is 147,500 gold for Samadan for a week's worth of sales. It's not a huge amount, but it is a decent amount, definitely. What have we got here? Orange Maidweave shirt, Cull Tiramisu, Phalanx Defense, and some rings and some more Captain's Feasts. So I'm happy with that. A decent amount. Just shy of 150,000. Shinji, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. You don't blame them for being careful about shady people, but 2 weeks of constant freezes, hang-ups. Just the boot of the PC takes a good solid 10 minutes. Wow, that is definitely not right, is it? Yeah, considering the specs it's got. Also reinstalled it 3 times and there's been no changes to how it acts. Yeah, there's something definitely strange there going on. Brumblefar, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. And Mushy, how are you? Good to see you. Only a few 8 minutes, 58 seconds. We've just finished the mail on Samadan, and for the week we have 147,500 is the total for the moment. So a reasonable amount, almost enough for a token from Samadan. So that's not too bad. And we'll also have a look at our other characters. We'll pop over to them now, in fact. Let's check on Earthen and Awakening and see if we've got some extra sales on them. Oh, you only got the notification on the phone. That's very delayed, isn't it? I hope you had a good week, Mushy. So let's do that now. Let's swap over to Earthen and see what we have on sales on there. There we go. Lots of Oreo emotes. He's getting dizzy with that many turns. And there we go, in his own animated GIF as well. Zimpal, thank you very much for 3 months of using your Prime. Really appreciate that. Let's see, lots of emotes in. Let's see some Oreos, some Brutal love. Thank you, Zimpal. Really do appreciate it. Alright, so let's have a look. Okay, Mushy, thank you ever so much. So, let's have a look. How are we doing on Earthen's side for sales? Pretty decent actually, look at this. Some more Sinister gear, some more of those sausages, the vendor ones, and trusty old Drums of Fury have done well as well. So that's another 44,000. Let's add that on. So, plus 44,000. How much was it? 44,100. 44,100. Taking us up to 191,000. There you are. Have a bunch of kids sleep over, so yeah, behind schedule. No worries. Yeah, definitely want to hide away from there. You lost all your TSM. Didn't think of making a backup. Can't be bothered remaking it all. Oh no, Arthur's. Have you... did you have premium? Have you got it saved up to the cloud? Is my server low pop? It's about medium pop, I would say, Dewey. Right, so let's open up all of these. So 44,000 for Earth, and we're going to jump straight over to Awakening and see what we've got on everyone else. Let's do the whole gold haul as it is. So let's go on over and check Awakening. There we go. If you wiped, yeah, if you used my stuff, I don't think it updated them all with the current stuff. Okay. Yeah, that's the main issue. Is if you've, I imagine you've completely reinstalled Windows because it's a fresh system, isn't it? So, oh, we have a little bit of sales here. Wavecaller Cutlass of the Fireflash and Time-Worn Shadow Tooth Boots of the Harmonious. Wasn't expecting those little transmog sales, but that totals up to 10,000 for Awakening. So let's add that in to our list. Plus 10,000 takes us up to 200,000 for all 3 characters. Let's start with that one. Brilliant. I think we ought to just check on El Morte as well, because I have been listing a few things on him as well. So we'll just have another look and go over to him and see if he's got anything as well. Not installed anything on your old PC. Got Discord on this machine, waiting for it to get sorted. Oh right, so which machine has your old drive on it? And does it have all your TSM on that drive? Well, that's vendoring. We don't want that. We want the mailbox. Let's just move around a little bit. There we go. And 0 sales for El Morte. But that's not surprising though, because El Morte just has just a few tiny transmog items, so not a huge amount there. So let's jump back to Samadan. So total for the week in sales is 200,000 on everyone. So actually 201,000 is the final total there. So not too bad at all. At least for a token. So that's a month's worth of game time in 1 week. So by my standards, I'm happy with that. Let's have a look. We've got some missions complete here. We'll have to do some restocking. So we'll go through and do those. Let's go do the mission as it is, and then we'll go back over and do the restocks after that. Mark, thank you very much. Can't hang out on my stream. Still love my stream. Oh well, thank you, Amok. Very kind of you to use your Prime and support. 3 months, very kind of you indeed. Let's see. Lots of Oreos, Brutus sauce, thumbs up, chef's hats for Amok. Thank you very much. You wiped all your drives when you moved onto your new PC. In the current state, you can't use that, so you moved back to your old PC, which you're currently on. No worries. Yeah, that's a tricky one, Arthur's, really. So, I mean, it's a good opportunity, if you want to, is to start from scratch. But I guess you really want your new PC before you jump back into it again. Oh, I missed that. I need to try again. Too busy. There we go. Let's get round. Let's do this the slower way. There we go. And then find ourselves on here. And so mission table, we had completed missions. These were the flight unlocking things, weren't they? The reputation, and that was one flight one. A mission report, Grimwat's crash. Deliver the victory report to Halford Wormbane, who is over here. And mission report. Collect that. I'll send you to oversee the fortifications at once. Okay, brilliant. Okay. And then we'll head on back to that one. Oh, cool, how are you? And Midnight Hawk, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Most likely wait for your new PC to get sorted. You just go to my place bin, take what you can from that again. Fair enough, Arthurs. I wouldn't. That's a good starting point at least, and then build from there. Be a while since you're forced to redo your user interface as well, which will take you a few days. Yeah, that could take you a while, definitely. Hopefully, remember the tweaks. Hopefully, fingers crossed for you. Okay, we've got another. We had another of those mission things, which I needed to do. So let's grant one of those. And then let's have a look. We've got two of them actually. So can we do both of them? Do that one. Start the mission. Costs 100 war resources. We've got just enough to do this one as well. So we'll do that. We're going to need some more war resources though to finish this off. So we'll be okay for that one. What am I focusing on tonight? Well, we're going to stay with Samadan mainly, I believe. I'm just going through a few bits and pieces. We've collected up the gold, so we're going to do a quick restock. I should be okay with most things. We'll have a look and see what we do need to restock on, and then we'll see what else we've got time for. I don't think there's another brawl for a while yet. We missed out on the last one, unfortunately. We've got Arena Skirmish bonus event. And yeah, the Blizzard, Arathi Blizzard ends, so unfortunately we don't have that one. We'll have a look though. You back up the interface WTF screenshots once a month at least. Wow, that's pretty good. Yeah, I guess if you had something like Dropbox, you could certainly automate that with a symbolic link over to those, and then you'd have it permanently backed up. That wouldn't be a bad thing. Okay, let's have a look. Let's move on towards the guild bank because we're going to need to be in there for this. So let's go have a look and have a check of my auctions. Make sure I've got everything on for the moment. There we are. Probably worth doing a cancel scan on enchants actually, whilst I'm here. So let's just do deselect all groups. Let's look at BfA enchanting, run a cancel scan. As it's Wednesday, reset day, we might get a few. Back up the entire system to NAS. That's pretty safe way to do it, Darkwing. I've considered getting a NAS for our home as well. We have one at work and it's very useful. Right, let's take all of these off. Those have gone below minimum price actually. Packs of Mastery at $8.99. That's incredibly cheap. Packs of Mastery have a 0.44 sale rate. Let me just have a look at those. Packs, let's run a shopping scan. Is there anything else on? Let's take that off. Run a shopping scan. Critical Strike. So they're actually at 94% of DB market, looking at those. The hastes are a little bit less there at 136. Could we reset these a little bit higher perhaps? Everything's up at 1,000 exactly for packs of haste. Ideally, I'd like to have that at 1,200. How many do I have? I've got 7 in the mail, so I could buy up. There's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16, 18, 22, 4, 26. So it would cost me 26,000 to buy up all of those packs of haste. And if I could list them for 1,300, that'd be an extra 200 gold a piece. If I could get up to 1,500, that'd be a bit better. Possibly could do a reset on that. How are we doing for the packs of mastery? Mastery are way down here at 750 because they still cost the 4 veiled crystals. So those are also quite expensive. There's 19 of them here though at 898. That can't be much of a profit at all. In fact, it's negative there at 898. That's at 746. So yeah, not sure about that one. And you notice things with your brothers. So if you lose data, something went wrong in the world, you don't need it anymore. Yeah, that's fair enough. That's a good backup system. Freddy, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. And Lamnican, also, thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. Good to see everyone coming by. So I'm thinking of resetting some of these markets. This Pact of Mastery market is looking a little bit heavy here. I don't really want to be buying 19 of them. That's pretty heavy, considering Pacts of Mastery don't sell as well. They're 0.44 sale rate. My Pacts of Haste have a 0.64 sale rate, which is obviously better. They're not massively low. These are still a profit though. So would I try and squeeze out a profit on these, as I have 7 of them? Or do we go, because 1,300 is probably a better one there. And the Mastery, it would cost me a lot to buy. Well, those are about to go in 2 hours. It's the 19 here that is the struggle. And I certainly can't afford to, well, I can afford to buy all those up, but do I want to buy them up is the other question. Choices, choices. I mean, it's not a bad time of the day to do it, but I should have really done this earlier, because it's already 10 o'clock and people might well have bought their enchants as it is. So let's put on... So those are at least the decent ones. Let's go check the things from the mail first, relist those on, and think about whether it's worth doing that or not. Let's come in here, take our cancels. Critical strikes, hastes. It's all whether I have to make a load more and whether it's worth it or not. Let's go for a post scan on those. Let's go. Fog, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well this fine Wednesday evening. Oh, we have no Oreo at the moment. I might as well turn this camera off for the moment. Where's your camera? There we go. Okay, so critical strikes looking not too bad at 1,300. It's the packs of haste that I'm thinking about not having here. So critical strikes we'll put on. Versatility we'll put on at 1,300, that's decent. And herbalism. Now these are the ones I might miss for the moment. Let's go back, let's leave those. Let's go to shopping again. Run a shopping scan on the packs of hastes. So it would cost me 26,000 to reset these. There's the 9 here at 1,082. It's all whether I could sell them for at least 1,000 again would be the question here. And I know enchants on general are going to be going lower and lower as time goes on. So the margins aren't huge. The Packs of Mastery I'm a little wary about doing because they have a slightly lower sale rate, and there's a big block of them here at 19 of them at 898. I could possibly buy these cheaper ones here and push them up by just 100 or so. That would be doable. There's just how many of them there? 5, 10, 11, 12, 13. Because these are below crafting cost. At 795 though, that's only giving me 100 profit if I come in here at 895. I would rather buy them all, but I can't easily because there's the 19 there, which is too many for me to really sort of think about. It will be a better market to push up the price on, because that's a lot lower compared to this 1,000, which I'm only going to probably make an extra 300 or so per pact of haste. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to buy the packs of haste. I'm going to clear this market out. And I'm going to reset them higher. I know this one's going to run out in 2 hours, but 1, 2. There we go. And then we'll go pick those up. Actually, I'll just post on the ones I've got at the moment, because we've already got 7. So we'll put those on now. The normal price for those, actually 3,100. It's a little bit high. We don't really want to be going that high, because 1,700 is the region average, which is more reasonable. So we'll just edit this a little bit here. So instead of 3,000, let's go in at 2,000. Let's just push it up a little bit, and then see if we can come a bit lower than that afterwards. We'll see what happens with the market. So we'll go 2,000. We'll post our 7 that we have on, like that. And then we'll keep, let's just run a shopping scan on those. There we go. And then we'll leave that there, and then at the end of the evening what we'll do is we'll post on some more which we've just bought and see if we can get a price on those. Haste sells for you for 3k plus. Very nice. Squeaky clean already. Excellent. Critical Strike's clearly the best seller. Yeah, Critical Strike is definitely highly up there. So let's have a look what else we have on our list. It's whether I do the mastery, which I'm going to leave the mastery for the moment. We'll see what happens with that lot. So we'll have a look. Let's just have another check of the auction house, and then we'll do a restock on where we're at, because we won't need to make any more hastes. So let's do a restock. What will we need to make? Versatility, Critical Strike, Binding of Haste, Glorious Stats, and then some Cold Tiramisu, Mondazi, Spice Snapper, some Sinister Gear, fair amount of that. Hexweave Bag, Silkweave Satchels if we got enough. So let's go and gather this lot. What do we need? Tailoring, Enchanting, Cooking. Just a few more things from the guild bank, mainly. Some stuff from the vendor. Oh, Enchanting Vellum actually. Okay, I need to get a stack of that. And Thick Paleo Steak from Alt or the auction house. Okay, we can do that. Let's go through here. Vendor we can do at the moment. Buy from vendor, Enchanting Vellum. Let's get a bit more than the regular amount. Let's get a stack of that. Where's my Enchanting Vellum? Let's get 400. We'll just do 200, that'd be fine for the moment. There we go. And then everything else we've got, so that's fine. We'll go to the guild bank, pick up a few more things. I think I did the cooldowns this morning, so I don't need to do those. Just going to run through everything else. Collect up this lot. Get from the guild bank. And then we've got some stuff from the auction house we need to do, so let's go do those. Explorations and cooldowns, not needed. We haven't had an Earthen Day actually, because I've missed it all with with the weekends. I was doing some stuff on Samadan for the moment. I'm thinking of sticking with Samadan for the time being, because at least it's an enchanting day, with it being a reset and all. So let's have a look. Task list. Let's scan for that. How much is Shalderai silk at the moment? Oh, that's very cheap. 1 gold 56. Very nice indeed. I'd take that. I'll take everything up to 3 gold, in fact. So rather than using TSM task list for this, I'm going to use my favourite for it, because that way I can buy more than I need. So we'll take the 80, definitely. Take the 47, the 92. I'm going to leave that 5 for the auction house gods. And I'm going to take the 22, 29, 2 times 200. And then at 3 gold, there's 26 there. So I'm going to take 25 of them and leave 1. And that's my Shalderai silk stock replenished very slightly. In fact, what I'll do then is take that one and I'll buy the 5 and leave the 1. Like so. And then the other things we were needing were... we need more embroidered deep sea satin now. We must have used it all up. Interesting. How is embroidered deep sea satin looking? At 29 gold, I think we ought to buy a fair amount up. What's our average purchase price? 28.98. Okay, so let's do the same here. Let's go back to here and bonus sinister items. Should get me my shopping scan for that. There it is. So embroidered deep sea satin. So I'm going to take the few scraps we got here. Get a few of those going. Rain Cloud, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. We're just purchasing a few things here for the moment for Samadan's restocks. How high should we go? This is slightly over our normal price, but I'm going to take it up to the 31 and just leave 1 here at the 32. That at least gives me 74 in the mail, 161 in the bags, so that's a few at least. I should keep that stocked up for the moment. And then task list wise, we also need another... well, we'll need to update this actually. So thick paleo steak was the other thing. So let's have a look at that. Then binging my YouTube videos. I managed to catch the stream. Well, very nice of you to stop by. Good to see you. And thank you for watching all the YouTube videos as well. This is fairly cheap at the moment, even though it's at double price. We only need 3 of them, so we're just going to buy up the 3 we need, like though. Okay, so back to the mailbox, collect up our purchases. We need to do an enchanting craft of mysterious essence, which we should have enough things, so we'll go through that. So with our 200,000 we made in the week, we've spent a little bit now, because we're now at 1.467 million. A little bit under on that one. How long have I been playing on Shadow Song? Since vanilla. Although I did miss 3 expansions, Mr. Pandaria, Cataclysm and Warlords of Draenor. But yeah, Samadan was my very first character, and that's the only one I've really played ever since. And Shadow Song's the only server I've been on as well. Question for you: when I queue things up and it shows estimated cost is XXX, estimated profit is XX, is the profit on top you getting your money back from cost? On this one, so I would say profit would be on, I would imagine that would be on top. I wouldn't take 19,000 and take that off of the profit. I think that would be in addition on top of it. Otherwise that's going to be hardly any profit. Can you explain my tailoring stuff, mainly the Sinister PvP gear, operations, and how to use them? Certainly, Ronald. Basically, my sinister operations, there's 2 of them. So we have, where have we got my tailoring? Let's have a look at the groups. So we go over to, actually I'll do it in the actual group section, that'd be easier. Go over to TSM, and go to my group, and cooking, and tailoring. So we have 2 groups. Where have they put them? They're right down the bottom, I think. Sinister Gear Crafting and Sinister Gear Selling. Now this is the only instance where you can have both both items in 2 different groups. Normally you can only have one item in one, but because I'm using ignore item variations on the crafting, and I'm using ignore item variations unchecked on the selling. Wincurry, thank you very much for the follow. So what that means is I have every variation here in the selling version, because I want to sell a different price for each of the sinister gear. There may be a time when I change that and I just want to go for the cheapest, but some variations are worth more than others, so I have one of everything there. And then the group operation is just my average DV region craft minimum operation, which is basically the posting on that is post cap max to 20, and I'm using a maximum between 110% crafting and 30% of the average between DB market and DB region market average as my minimum. But because I'm using this 110% crafting, I'll never get to that. And then my maximum price is 600% crafting or 300% of the average of the 2. And my normal price is either 400% crafting or 120% of the average between the 2. So with crafting, it's a completely separate group. Crafting has, where has it gone again? There we go. So Sinister Gear Crafting is with the ignore item variations on, and then my basic one there for crafting is to make 8 of each. Because I don't know which variation I'm going to get, I just have a total stock of 8. You could make that, as high as you like, depends on how frequently they sell for you. And that crafting operation is literally just restock quantity, maximum restock quantity of 8, and the minimum profit is the minimum between either 20% crafting or 400 gold, which is kind of my standard crafting operation. And this is profit, which is why this is 20% and not 120%. It's one of the confusing things that TSM does. So when you click restock groups, it doesn't add anything to the queue. Okay, so do you have a price for your items? Would be my first question. When you go into your tailoring, do you have a price for your sinister gear here? Is it showing a profit in here? Because if it doesn't, there could be a fact that you haven't set a price for Expulsum. Or, as Mushy said, sometimes TSM can't work out the nylon thread price, so go and visit a vendor and just check on the nylon thread price. So that's another thing. What else did I miss on there? Oh, was it? I'm sorry. Going back up onto back up on chat there. I missed that. Rain Clouds. We might have bumped into you. You were originally on Shadow Song until Mop. Okay. He was in MCO and Loyal Blood for a long time. Oh, excellent. I don't recognise those guilds, but good to see a fellow Shadow Song person. And that was called Revenue. Yeah. Okay, well, that's it. That's got that done. So there's nothing to crafting them, as when you click restock groups, doesn't add anything to the queue. Also remove the profit, just a test, and it didn't add. Okay. Added the expulsion price in one of my videos. Yep, there is a price. Okay, so if there is a price, how many have you got on the auction house, and how many have you got? Have you got any in your bank or anywhere else that maybe hasn't been, that TSM thinks you've already got? That would be my first thought, maybe. Let's go pick up that paleo steak whilst we're here. I'm sure I bought some of that. Hold on. It was before you made some. Okay. So you started crafting manually, but I was wondering. I would have expected it to work. I can't think of a reason why it wouldn't. No, the ones we've gone through. Oh, we've got Oreo lying over. Hold on, let's turn your camera back on, Oreo. There we go. I can't think of another reason why it wouldn't actually craft them. Try increasing the maximum number. If you go into your group and make it something ridiculously large, like say 20 or something like that, in your crafting, Sinister Gear crafting, instead of 8 of each, do something like, change this instead of 8 to 20 or something like that. And just as much as you said, double check that your Sinister Gear crafting is all in here. It's got all the right ones, and the group operation for that is the crafting operation. Would be my other one. Stevie B, good evening to you too. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by. Right, so what else are we here? We need switch to Awakening. Okay, let's follow this through. Enter world. You imported the profile I had in one of the videos. It has them in, so that should have worked. I guess that could be the other thing. Is if they're not a if the price of them is too low, it's not going to make them. But like you said, you tried that by taking the profit out. Did you untick the set minimum profit? That might be a different thing. Melted Samadan thick paleo steak. Have I got that on me? Must have. There we go. Let's send it over. Okay, switch back to Samadan. There we go. All is well, thank you very much, Stevie. We're just going through everything at the moment, just relisting everything on, recrafting everything. If the rule is only craft when price is 200% crafting and your map price is higher, then it won't craft them. Okay, so open mail, collect that up, and then we just need to make some mysterious essence, which we shall do with ethereal shatter, I think. Let's make 3 of those, create those. Gonna need to get some more ethereal shards, it looks like. Okay, so we're done on that. So back to TSM4, we should be able to craft everything. So that's relatively quick. Let's have a look. Let's make all of this. So this is an estimated profit of 25,000. So yes, always say make your own groups and operations. It's a good start, certainly when you're learning, just to get the hang of it. I do remember for a while crafting operations were tricky for me to work out why something wasn't working, and so I'd just go through and change one thing at a time, and eventually I'd get it to craft something. But until you go through systematically, it can be quite tricky sometimes to get the right thing. There we go, over to cooking. Oh, I've got no chef's hat on. There we go. Let's see how slow cold tiramisu is now without a chef's hat on. That makes quite a difference. So now we put the chef's hat on, and we'll do Mondazi much quicker. Even if you copy groups in operations, it's a good idea to double check the imported items and setting. Yes, because sometimes they don't quite import as you might have thought. That's very true. So Silkweave Satchels, we'll do that. Yeah, the import doesn't always assign the operations correctly. There can often be a few issues that way. Okay, let's make some more satchels. Deep sea bags are actually coming out as a profit there. but at 224 I'd rather stick with the hexweave bags. We ought to go back to the garrison actually and get some more hexweave. We're probably well overdue a restock on those. Lots of satin cloaks coming in here. So we'll do those. And then a bunch of shirts. We'll do all of those. Stylish red shirt takes quite a while to make. There we go. Bright yellow shirt, dark silk shirt. These don't always sell for a huge amount, but it's nice to sell them. And the green workman's, and then finally a hexweave bag. Almost got enough for another. We definitely can make a second hexweave bag. Looking at that, let's have a look. Once we go to the garrison, we'll have a look at that. That'll be next on the list, I think. So my auctions, auctioning, go through select all groups and run a post scan. There we go. So that's restocks for Samadan done. We ought to probably do that on Earthen as well. Because he's got quite a few things to do, I think. But I'd like to stick to Samadan for the moment, because we definitely want enchants on, definitely want food on. Critical strike at 1-3, that's fine. Oh, we've got the haste probably going to come in here, aren't they? It's 2-180 at my current price, so no one else has come under my hastes at the moment. That's good in terms of competition. And you can see here the sinister gear is coming for a number of different prices. The cloak of the Fever Fire is coming in at 5,400, whereas a cloak of the Quick Blade is coming in at 2,500, which is why I've got the ignore item variations unchecked for my things, because things like Cloak of the Aurora is 4,900, so there's a different price depending on what stats you get. Do I still make the honourable gear? Comes up as a large profit, but not sure if people would buy it. I don't think so. I saw sales of honourable gear definitely taper off as the sinister gear came in, and I've got a feeling the same thing will happen when the new PvP gear, I can't remember what it's called, but when that comes in with 8.2, the sinister gear will then drop off as well. It's kind of like a cyclic thing. Right, so let's carry on. What do we need to do next? Garrison next, I think. Probably also, there's a few things here that need to be posted on manually by the looks of things. So let's go over to shopping, do this over, do these manually. Stylish red, that's only 4 gold. So a tiny amount. Rich, we've got enough of those already. So grey woolen is 19. We'll do that. There we go. And then there's a load of fish and things here that needs to be put away. So let's go deal with that. Clean up the gill bank a little bit. Sinister on your server is a loss at the moment. Wow. Alright, I do enjoy the sinister gear, definitely. Okay, so what have you got here? Fusaka, let's pop this in with the fish, along with Frenzied Fangtooth, and loads of wildflower. I don't know why we've quite got loads of this. Powdered sugar, wildflower, stringy loins, let's put them all in here. It's not quite my cooking group though, is it? That's in a different one. Midnight Salmon's in there. Where is my cooking one? It's down here. Let's just shift those out actually. That's not very organised of me. Let's take these out. I've got Tide Spray in here as well, which also isn't very organised of me. We need to probably take that out. Actually, we'll use the TSM command for this, for the Tide Spray. / TSM get Tide. That should work. That way we can at least take this tide spray out of here. And then we'll pop it in a different place after we've sorted this lot. Alright, that done. Okay, so, oh, you're still getting some more. Are you getting that from a different tab? Oh, yeah, look at all that tide spray. That's a lot of tide spray. Okay, so let's sort this tab out. We'll use sushi sort for this. And that will automatically sort my fish into a nice organised area. TSM get tide spray is nice. Didn't know that worked. It should have only got it from the one tab, but it looks like it might have gotten it from all the tabs. But it is very handy. And there's the counterpart to that is /TSM put as well. So when you're putting things into the bank or guild bank, it's very handy to use. I might put some of this in the my regular bank, that if I've got the space for it, because I'll be crafting braces with all of this tide spray with this average purchase price of 4 gold 68. We've still got 31,000 of tide spray. That's loads. So let's just move over, and there we go. Enchant Ring, Pact of Haste. We have our first 2 sales for 2,180. Fantastic. That's a good start. Right, cooked food. We're going to also add in the vendor ingredients as well. Those need to go in there. And then we'll take all of these. I buy all my tide spray off of the auction house mainly. Although we did do a 2x4 farm, which was really good fun. Haven't done it in a while since. Masterful Navigation, 748. Excellent. So we've got one of those sales. Has someone just reset the... oh no, that's weapon. I was thinking the wrong thing. I was thinking packs for a minute then. All the enchants are a loss on your server as well. Maybe you shouldn't have left Shadow Song. Yes, maybe so, Raincloud. I do like Shadow Song. Oh, Mage's Frothy Coffee needs to go in here as well, I think. There we go. That definitely needs sorting. Now, that's not profitable yet, is it? We need Children's Week for that. So let's just sort this lot out whilst it's here. What have you got coming across here? Calcified Bone and Tempest Hide. Those really shouldn't be in there. So we'll need to do a resort once we've got these and take those out. Yeah, I mean, double check your prices if if all the enchants are a loss. Have you used the new pricing strings from the Bracer Super Shuffle, and do you have Ewan's enchanting rod? Would be a couple of questions we have there, because if you do, you might be able to get your material prices a lot lower. I'm just going to let that run through. I'll keep all those other bits at the end, the bone, and the, what's that? Is that shimmer scale? Yes, it is. You had your birthday yesterday? Oh, very happy birthday, Manix. Many happy returns. Let's see some Brutal Love, thumbs up, Chef's Hats, and Oreo for Manix. Happy birthday to you. Can't remember where you got the string from for Expulsum. Yeah, there was a generic one from before then. Just found out 2 awesome things today. One, you can have all reagents in the bank and still craft stuff. Yes, you can, although TSM doesn't always like it, but it's definitely useful wherever you are. And 2, you have a reagent tab in your bank. Yes, the reagent tab is very useful. Ideally, you'd put all your reagents in there rather than your main bank tab, but sometimes it's just not enough space and you need to use the bank tab as well. I would do that for something like this, the tide spray, certainly. So we're just going to actually have a look at that whilst I'm here. Now I've got a few things there. What could we put in there? Hold on. Fresh potato and meaty haunch need to go in. Need to do a resort on that, but I'll leave that for the moment. Cloth is looking quite empty now, actually. Enchanting's less so. Let's just pop that sorceress water in there. Cloth wise, we can pop in our embroidered deep sea satin that we had, and our Shalderai silk. Oops, that was the wrong thing. What did I just pop in there? Calcified bone by mistake. There we go. So let's do a quick sort on those. We've got quite a few rich purple silk shirts here. Haven't sold any in a while. I did do a reset on the market, so waiting for those to get sold. Yeah, and I'm going to be doing a new one, Raincloud, including the 8.1.5 stuff very soon. The spreadsheet's still relevant though, there's just a new tab for it. Good evening, Kiefer, hope you're doing well. Celebrating tonight, finally topped 5 million and bought your Brutosaur yesterday. Congratulations, Kiefer, that's a fantastic achievement. Let's see, lots of long boy love for that, Kiefer. Many congratulations. That's certainly a fantastic achievement. Well done. Colin, thank you very much for the 2-month subscription. You subbed to TSM Premium for a year through my affiliate link. And thank you also for the double support. Inspired you to take gold making seriously, and only guides that stuck. Well, that's good to know, Colin. I'm glad you found them useful. Thank you very much for your return support as well. What have we got here? Lots of Tome of Illusions Pandaria. 7 total. Just 7 in the guild vault. Average purchase price of $4.99. So these need to come out and need to go on the auction house. They've had their time. So now it's time to shine. Was that a clean bank tab? It's getting there. We're just going through and sorting everything. I missed a few. Darn it. Just a couple more there. Need to sort those out. Right, let's just take those as well. And then that's all various bits and pieces. Let's just do a quick sort of that because that's quite an easy one to do. Barely can't watch it, I know. We're definitely in a better place today, I'd say. It's looking a lot cleaner. I'll just do something with this Tide spray in a moment. Okay, so that's done. That tab's almost done. Now we could put some Tide spray in here, but I'm going to put it in my guild bank instead. Some of this needs to come out of here and needs to go in here, most likely, because that's just in a miscellaneous area. Like that coarse leather for a start, definitely. There's lots of bloodstained bone there, but the coarse leather can go in here. So we'll just pop that in there, and also that calcified bone whilst it's there. What else is this? Tempest hide. Yeah, let's pop this over here. Put those in. That should clear that, and then we'll go over to our. Oops, wrong button. Go over to our bank tab. Now we already have a fair amount of Tide spray in here. Reagent bank wise, we've only got 4 slots spare on that. So if we swap back to this, we can at least put some of this in. So we'll use /TSM put Tide, and that'll add in the Tide spray we do have. So we just got a little bit more left, and we'll go to the guild bank for this lot. We'll find a nice little place to put that. Ideally in this tab, I would say, but I don't think there's quite enough space for it, so I'm actually going to put it in with the fish tab. Now this should work. Slash, if I go Alt and up, TSM put tide. Now hopefully it'll go in this tab. Sometimes it doesn't. Oh, it is going in this tab. There it is. So what TSM does is it starts at it's going to fill in all this area now with tide spray. It starts with that point and then works its way across. So I'll leave that to work out. Oh, is there calcified bone on the cloth tab? Thank you, Kaida. You can read a book by this. What do you mean? Oh, no Oreo to hug. Oh yes, he's gone again. He seems to be back and forth tonight. It takes forever. Yeah, it does take a while. Let's just turn your camera off for the moment. There we go. Yeah, a less laggy guild bank, because you saw how quickly that happened in the regular bank tab. But this isn't too bad. Almost there. Right, okay, so that's the spare tide spray gone in. That's a little bit better. Now we've got those Tome of Illusions Pandaria. Still not wearing our... Where's our chef's hat? Why is our chef's hat not appearing? We've got Deep Roots, Sign of the Emissary, Sins of the Many. Why don't we have a chef's hat on? Looks like we should have. Interesting. Okay, well, let's carry on. That's mainly cosmetic anyway. So let's go over and post on those tomes that we found. Now, that's one of the things. I was actually saying below min price for the Tome of Illusions Pandaria. Really? What's my minimum price? Let's have another. Some more packs of haste coming on. So last scanned was a while ago. Crafting cost is 1,000. Minimum is 1,100. So let me just check that. Let's just post these on whilst I'm here. I'll go to the shopping tab. Why are these Tome of Illusions Pandaria? Again, someone's put them on for 1,000 gold exactly. So much as I don't really want to buy any more, that is really cheap considering it's a 1,000 crafting cost anyway. So it saves me on crafting one. I'm going to come in here and we're going to post in here instead. Maximum amount 7. Post in there. There we go. Now we're back in.
If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
And then let's collect up that last one. So one of the things to think about is I still would like to occasionally do PvP even though a brawl's not on, because obviously we're starting to have to save up for Marks of Honor at the moment, and to do an occasional PvP is the way to do it without completely going crazy. Now there was something on at the moment, a Arena Skirmish bonus event. Now I wonder what that means. Arena Skirmish, reward for winning, grants extra Azeroth power. What else do we have? Is it a World Quest bonus event? There's that one, bonus event World Quest. There's another Masterful Navigation sold. So that gives me an extra Earn Honor in Arenas, Random Battleground. I guess that's not what I was thinking of though. I can't see any other bonuses. Jack Neil, good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. So I can't see anything too... There's a sample reward Gladiator Silk Hood 385. Got that coming up at some point. And honourable kills increased by 50% for that one. Let's do a random battleground. And actually, whilst we're here, let's queue up for a arena skirmish, see what that's about, whether there's anything bonus in that event, because it did say a arena skirmish bonus event. While this is active, arena skirmishes will award honour at an increased rate. Okay, it's an increased rate of honour. So I was hoping for marks of honour, but we'll just queue up for those two whilst we carry on with our normal things. And then see what else we can do in terms of... so we've done the restocks. Shopping wise, I did notice there are some things looking quite cheap here. So let's just do a shopping scan on the Bracer Super Shuffle and see what kind of prices things are. Because I know that tide spray was looking quite cheap. At 2 golds 47. And we've got a few things here that are particularly cheap. Coarse leather's not massively cheap, unfortunately. So tempted to go to an Alliance server, your horde now, with 4 120s and a big gold making factory just to play for Alliance. Fair enough. Yeah, yeah, it's very expensive to faction change them all, Dad Freddy. Maybe just do one as a sort of as a trial and see how you get on with it. Gwendolyn, thank you very much for using your Prime. Really appreciate your support. Let's see, lots of Oreos, Brutosaurs, and everything else in chat. Thank you very much. Did it say the event ended in the morning? Did it? Let me just have a look. Arena skirmish. No, it says it begins here. Oh no, yes, you're right. It did say it ends. Okay, that would explain it. I'm one day too far ahead. And the PvP brawl ends. Okay, well, we've got our chef's hat back. Well, that's a good start. Okay, so let's carry on here. Get everyone sorted. Let's get a map on. Minimise my quests. There we are. Getting marks for the next patch. We are, Gwendolyn. We might as well make a start on it. See how we get on. Let's just move out of that because that's quite an annoying sound. There we go. So what's this one? Okay, the usual ones. I'm not used to it now. There we go. Okay. Crush them with the XT pets. Oh, right. That's right. New marks for 8.2. So we're collecting them up in advance for whatever the next version of gear is going to be. I think it's called Notable. Now we want to take a few off to the right, I think, because there is one over here somewhere. Don't want people to be left alone. Let's see how we get on with this lot. There we go. Let's go through this. Just wait here. There we are. What's the best way to get some gold rolling in WoW? Just back after a 4-month break. Okay, well, welcome back. It all depends on what you find fun, would be my first and foremost suggestion. Everyone looks to be in the middle. Other people around the side. Looks like the whole fight's going on in the middle. We don't really want to leave this unprotected, though. I'm going to stick here for the moment. Just in case. You never know. Don't I get the new when 8.2 starts? What do you mean, Dad Freddy? As in, like, wait until you get the marks when it started. I'm going to just stay here because I've got a feeling some people are coming in. Someone's there. Oh, this is something with a... we collect the things up and we take them back, do we? Okay. Well, I'll stick with you. If we can. This is like basketball, isn't it? Oh, ignore them. You really don't want to be in the fight. That's it. Get everyone done. Got rooted, unfortunately. Stunned and everything else. Let's get this pain suppression going. Probably get a penance on myself whilst I'm running along. And a shield. Oh, didn't quite make it. I hope that helped. You read the new PvP marks called something different. The marks of honour that you have now. Oh, interesting. Well, if that's the case, then this definitely will be for naught. But you never know. So until we do know for sure, on the off chance, I'm gonna get some anyway. Hey, Bow and Arrow, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Been doing the Volden farm for BOE and the mount, but it seems kind of slow. Yeah, if that feels slow to you, then what else appeals to you? Would be my questions. Let's just go on that, get that going. Get the Shadow End going on you. Get that going on you. Got Frozen on that. There we go. Farming and selling mats, old, especially BfA, sells really quick. People are hungry. Yeah, the materials is definitely a good way around it. Definitely. Oh, looks like I've got an extra one there. Got rooted. Got that. That. Don't really want to be on a one-on-one fight. If I can help it at all. This is less fun. Especially now as I've got another one involved. Just kind of annoying more than anything else. Main thing really I want to do is get back into the main part of combat. There we go. He's back. Just me and this one person. I need to find some teammates somewhere. There we go. Hopefully they can help me out. There we go, that's better. Right, still got the pet on me. Let's just see what I can do for the pet. There we go. There we go, that's done. Got no idea what else you could do. Your mate and I are clueless. Okay, well, there's a number of things. There's professions, obviously. That's my go-to favourite one for sure. There is just going around fishing and farming mats and mining and herbalism, if you like running around and collecting things up. You could try flipping things on the auction house, find things that look like they're cheap and selling them for more. Or there's things called pretty stacking, which would mean taking random small stacks of items and then putting them in a size that is more convenient for other people and selling them that way. It all depends on what appeals to you, really. You like to mix either between mining, herbing and skinning. Professions are especially great if you've got older recipes. Yeah, that's very true. There's good things to be had with all the different versions, all the different expansions. Like with enchanting, we need to focus a lot because we are very poorly done at the moment. Everyone's scattered about. I don't think I'm helping very much here at the moment either. So I've not contributed well to this battleground, that's for sure. We are a bit scattershot. Let's see if I can contribute something over this way. Let's go collect over that at the moment. Wish you had all your old recipes. You lost a lot of stuff when you were stupid and swapping between professions all the time. And unless you know the value of them, it can be quite a shame to have lost all those old ones. I mean, I was back in vanilla. I was an engineer as well as an enchanter, and I wonder what recipes I picked up then without knowing it. Hey Nelson Gaming Show, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. First thing I watched a couple of my YouTube videos. Well, thank you very much for watching those. Right, what do I need to do? Probably need to pick up one of these things and then come back. Seeing as no one else is here. We lost anyway. That's fair enough. We've got a steel strongbox out of it, which isn't too bad. Let's just go pick that and leave the battleground. There we go. You're a blacksmith on your paladin from vanilla. Would have had some great stuff, but can't dwell. Exactly, no point dwelling on it. Look at that. Two Brutusaurs together. Okay, so at least we got one strongbox. Did we get a Mark of Honour with it? Yes, we did. Excellent. So we got 3 Marks of Honour. Starting up the old list is pretty good. At the moment, yes, we're getting Marks of Honour. We're just collecting them up at the moment, even if they're not used for the new gear that comes out in 8.2. Better to have it just in case. How are enchants going on EU with World Quest rewards scaling up to epic quality? Crystals already at 99 gold here in the RE rounds. Wow, 99 is pretty cheap. I mean, my cost for veiled crystals is coming out at something like that, but for me, what are they doing at the moment? Let's have a quick look. So let's look at enchanting mats, shopping scan. So yeah, look at that. Veiled crystals are at 144. Umbra shards are pretty low at 72. My mat cost is a manual one of 70. Veiled is a manual of 120. I haven't put in my new prices actually from my strings. I ought to do those. We'll do that in a minute. Tedious Machine, thank you very much for the follow. Score Shane, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Me and the family doing very well, thank you very much. My wife's got a bit of a sore back, unfortunately, so she's upstairs resting. Oreo's doing fine. Oh, his camera's not on. Hold on, there we go. Oreo's sat next to me, and everyone else is tucked up in bed. So, looking at this, we need to just do our... let's put in our strings for this. So, the new strings are available at the moment. The Kogut, thank you very much for the follow. So we're going to use... Oh, my arena's ready. Hold on. Hold the thought. Let's try an arena. Haven't done one of these in a long while. Let's see how we get on. I'm not very good at arenas. So we'll try and see what happens. We might get a quick mark of honour. We might not. We'll just give this a quick try. Okay. Let's kill the warrior. It's a good start. Got a human priest, a shadow priest, and a human mage. Okay, so we're all casters. That's going to be interesting. So let's give everyone a little bit of extra stuff, and myself a shield as well. Right, line of sight. That's the main thing I've got to remember with this. Line of sight is my friend. Oop, they went straight for me. Look at that, straight in. Stunned. Let's just use my cooldowns, get out of this. Pain suppression. They're going straight for me. This is a bad sign. Just trying to get out of this, but they've gone straight in. I'm just popping all the cooldowns. Doing what I can. Yeah, that didn't work very well. I was just basically targeted straight away. They knew exactly what they needed to do, and I died. Kill warrior, CC druid, don't mind death knight. Yep, or die. It was a good start. See how they get on with the rest. Yeah, I think they're gonna win this one. How do 32 slot bads sell on everyone's realms? Yours are high but not selling. Yeah, I haven't tried them. There we go. That was quick but fruitless. Worth trying. 19,000. Yeah, it's quite pricey, isn't it? So what were we looking at? Enchanting mats, that was it. Let's have a quick look at the bags whilst we're here. Let's follow the train of thought. So embroidered deep sea bags. I haven't actually made any of them because I don't get any Hydra core because I don't do dungeons. Currently the min buyout is 9,000 for me, which is a 4,000 profit, but I've set Hydra core at a base price of 1,000 gold. I've got no idea what that is. Hey, the Kogut, how are you? Returning today after a break since Legion. Wow. Any advice on whose TSM groups or operations to import for an easy start? Well, considering that TSM has changed quite significantly over that time, unless you were on the beta during Legion, I would suggest start making up your groups slowly but surely. But welcome back to WoW. I hope you enjoy it. Must be someone with more golden cents buying them for 19k, but people, you know, every slot helps, as they say. So you never know. But in terms of groups, you're more than welcome, the Kogut, to have a look at my paste bins. They're not fully fleshed out, but there's my link to my paste bins. You're more than welcome to have a look through mine and rifle anything that you think might be useful. And particularly my tailoring is in quite good shape. Enchanting hasn't quite got up to that standard yet, until I've done a video on that. Right, so what we were doing though, is we were going to set the material prices for my new Bracer Super Shuffle. So looking at our prices at the moment, we've got a mix of things that are not a profit and are a profit, and the profit margins are fairly minimal. Now if we were to go and look at the current mat prices for BfA enchanting mats, run a shopping scan on those, probably sell for 10k, but don't want to wreck the market. Well, if you can get any sales for that, it's certainly worth it. So currently Gloom Dust is looking at 594. My mat cost is coming in at 7. My veiled crystals are at 120 and they're currently at 144. And Umbra shards, I've got a manual price of 70 and these are currently at 72. So what I would need to do is go through and check my average prices of everything and put in my manual prices and see what kind of prices we get with the new spreadsheet. So the new spreadsheet, it's the same as the old one for the video, for the Bracer Super Shuffle video. So the link to that should take you to the, it won't take, the original one was this one. This was without the rod. I just sold a critical strike, that's cool. And then the new one is this one, which I've reorganized. If we type in shuffle, that is a link to this spreadsheet, so you're more than welcome to have a look at this. So what I'm going to do first and foremost, step one, is put in the average buy price and the DB market price for everything at the moment, so that I can compare as to whether something's a profit or not, which is this green section on the right hand side. And then from that I'll go on to step two, which is the cheapest tie spray bracer, and then from there on to which is the best honourable bracer to then disenchant, and then what kind of things we can make and what kind of prices we'll get for Umbra Shard and Gloom Dust out of it. And then these are the strings that I'm going to put in at the bottom. If you don't have an average buy price at the moment, what should you put in? Just the DB market value? Yes, I would go for the DB market value for the time being, but average buy price would definitely be useful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up my Bracer Super Shuffle shopping scan. Greetings Ignis, how are you? How have you been? Haven't seen you in a while. Am I using the new tools of the trade for the shuffle? I am indeed, Ignis. We've got new numbers on those, so it's very much different. We get a lot more veiled crystal this way. Do I have these grouped somewhere? I don't. I do for this one, from the Bracer Super Shuffle. I do believe it's in my paste bin. Let me just have a look though. Let's make sure let's go move that tab over here. Yes, there is a Bracer Super Shuffle shopping list in my paste bin, which is in the link that I put up earlier there. So it's not outdated, so that's got the same ones here. So what I want to do here, trying to farm a token, excellent Ignis, it's a good start. So what I'm going to do is I need to look at the tooltip for this and compare it against the prices. So in order to do this side by side, let's see if I've got enough screen real estate to do this. I ideally want to have one on, whoops, no, I don't want it big. I just want one on one side. Let's just move that across a little bit, and one on the other side. So this is just to give me some numbers at the moment. So I can't quite see. I want to be able to see the prices as I hover over the tooltip. So move this across a little bit more. Don't quite see them again, so let's try a little bit more. I've just done it again. Hang it for Windows. Okay, so now we can at least see these and pop these in at the same time. So first one we're going to be doing is Tide Spray Linen. So if I hover over that, I should be able to type this at the same time because I'm still on the window here. So Tide Spray Linen, average purchase price is 4.37. So 4.37. We can put in the exact figure here, 3795 if we really want to. If you want to make sure everything's correct, but it'll just automatically round it to the nearest 2 decimal places. And going across here onto the DB market price is currently at 363. So at the moment, Tide Spray Linen is cheaper than I've average bought it for. But that's because I've got currently 26,000 Tide Spray Linen according to that. Nylon thread I'll keep the same. Tempest Hide, we're going to go up here, and then we can just change that at the same time. So average buy price is 42294. 4.2294, and DB market price is 2.44. So again, it's cheaper again. So there's no point selling these at that price. So let's carry on. Calcified bone, let's just change that to 2.44. So it's a little bit easier. There we go. So calcified bone, just pop that up there. I'm going to go through this. You don't have to do this all the time, but it's quite useful just to check your prices before you do the shuffles. So I just want to use this so I can make sure that my prices are correct. So 2.7097. This is the main reason is I want to test to make sure my strings are going to work after this. And then the market price, again, 1.15, that's really cheap. So I haven't been buying these for a while, which is why they're all different. And then that, 8.1687, 8.1687, and then DB market is, wow, that's quite high, 10.08. So coarse leather's expensive. Shimmer scale though, average 6.8436, 6.8436. Let's go through all these, and then we're at 6.09. I'm not being as accurate on the DB market price, but the main one I want to be accurate on is my average buy price. So bloodstained bone, looks like that's correct, 6.56, 6.5671, and DB market 3.87, probably 88, 3.88. There we go. I'll just catch up on chat once I've done all these in. I'm just going to follow this train of thought for the moment. 10.03 hasn't changed in a while, haven't bought any of this in a long while. Market price is down to 4.52. 4.52, and deep sea satin, that was the interesting one. Average buy price 35.88, 35.8837, and a DB market price of 54.65. Very expensive. Okay, so that's those done. Let me just make sure I haven't missed anyone else. Did I miss anything else on there? Currently switched to magnetic mining picks. They don't sell a lot, but they do sell at a high price around 10k. Oh, interesting. Haven't heard of those before. There's 225 is Lynn on your server. That's not too bad. It's a good price. Link to spreadsheet. Yes, there is. Oh, we've got one there. Okay, thank you very much. And no problem. So we're just going through and putting in the numbers at the moment. So then I also want to check the price of enchants, because that's going to make a difference. And we also need to check the current price of Umbra Shards and Gloom Dust and everything else. So let's go and just go look at the enchanting mats, look at the current prices of those, and then compare them with our DB market price. I mean, this is probably, we don't really want to go DB market price with these. Sometimes you want to look at the minimum buy price for these. So I'm going to actually use the minimum buy for this for the moment, just as a rock bottom worst case scenario. So I'm going to put this in at 72.9. Gloom Dust is at 5.95. And Veil Crystals at 145. Like so. So that's my rock bottom prices of those. And then I want to have a look at the various enchants to see what kind of profit margins I could get from those. So I'm going to go here and go in and look at my weapons and rings. Run a shopping scan on those. Now I'll move this off to the side so I can put this in one go. I can't quite see on this one. So looking at these, Pact of Critical Strike is 1355, or 1356 rather. Pact of Haste is that I've just reset that one, so 2180. Pact of Mastery, that's really cheap at 747. Pact of Versatility, 1355. And then Quick Navigation is there at 399. That's very cheap. Versatile Navigation, 645. Stalwart Navigation, 496. Deadly Navigation is at 475. And Masterful Navigation is 748. So those are also pretty cheap. So carrying on with our list as it is at the moment, let's just move that across. Now we can see that. So having put in these numbers, is it worth it? Only just, but do step 2 also step 3, because the if you just did step 1 and just did the disenchanted the braces, the return on your materials, because my average buy prices are lower than my DB market prices, it's not worth me doing that just for the raw material swap, which is why I get a return here of minus 786 gold. So that's not a reason for doing this shuffle. We want to make enchants at the end of this. So just running through this, so we want to make tie spray bracers, which will cost me about 46 gold per bracer, and then we want to do the leather worker. We send the greens to the leather worker, and we're going to, what's the cheapest is honourable leather bracer is the cheapest, it says there, and you can see here it's at 195 gold for that. And then the next step is to have a look at the weighting here and make sure that these values from the different steps roughly equal each other. So I'm looking at the price of the Umbra Shard here is 50 gold and the Umbra Shard here is 59 gold. So that's roughly about right. If I wanted to increase one, I would maybe increase the Umbra weighting to 15, and you could see the numbers change there, and it's gone from 52 and 58. If I increase that weighting to maybe 16 and watch the figures change, now it's going from 54 to 57. Obviously increasing the weighting of that is going to make other things cheaper, so it's all a balancing act. Because then I'm also looking at the veiled crystals. Now gloom dusts are matching each other out there at 4.79 and 4.38, so that's looking about right. But then looking at my two veiled crystals there, these ones are at 95 and these are at 102. The main price I'm going to be using is this 102 one. So if I could balance these out slightly, what I would do here is actually look at the expulsum weighting value, which is currently at 34. If I lower that, that means my expulsum price will go down, which means the price of this one here will go down because it's based off expulsum price. So if I change this expulsum to maybe say 33, then it changes the balance slightly, and veiled crystals are now 96 versus 101. If we had a look at the veiled crystal price and maybe bump that from 28 to 29, that's 99 and 101. So it's kind of balancing these things out. This isn't something I would want to do all the time, but when you're just resetting your numbers and having a look at things, this is kind of useful. Because what this means is, as I'm putting in these strings down here, all these strings, if you change the weighting values here and change your figures, then these strings will automatically update and we have to recopy them into TSM. Now I haven't put these into TSM yet, so this is going to be the test now. So what I need to do is double check that all my map prices are set to average by, because some of them aren't, some of them are using the default string. So I'll go through first and check those. So we'll go into enchanting and go into crafting reports, materials, and I'll go through all the various things. So Tide Spray linen should be, the mat cost should match, it should be just average buy really as the cheapest, even though we can get it cheaper by other methods. For my strings to work, I'm just using average buy. So we also need to look at calcified bones, which again this one is using the full things. So rather than, if I close this again, it's currently got a map price of 1 gold 15, but our average buy price is 2 gold 70, and I want TSM to use the map price of this based off of average buy for the moment for my calculations. So I'm just going to change that to average buy. Calcified bone, bloodstained bone, that's average buy. What else have we got? Shimmer scale, that needs to be average buy. Reset that. And what else have we got? I need to use the list really, that'll be easier. I'll have it next to me over this side. Nylon thread was a manual price anyway, so that's already at 52. Tempest hide, have a look at that. Tempest hide needs to be average buy, because that had changed, that's jumped up to 422, which is what we want for this. Calcified bone we did. Coarse leather. Coarse leather is average by 816, that's fine. Shim scale we did. Bloodstained I did. I think I did miss scale. Can't remember though. Yeah, that's average by. And deep sea satin is the other one. Oops. Just delete that. So deep sea satin, yeah, that needs to be average buy, so we'll just take that and pop that down there. Okay, so those are done. Now we can copy the strings across. Okay. Just put the average buy in the default string, set its crafting default mat cost, then put in minimum average buy DB market, vendor buy, or convert DB market. Yes, that's what I use as a standard. I've added average buy into mine there, but for this particular case I want to make sure that TSM is looking at just the average buy for these. They'll know how much I'm going to have to tend my auctions if I'm going for enchanting on a high full realm. During busy periods you'll have to tend them quite a lot, because there'll be lots of people posting them on and you'll get lots of undercuts. Nate, how are you? So the number for Tide Spray is 1 gold 90 to make profit. Actually just made 2,000 last night buying a bunch and flipping it. You made 42k just vendor flipping. Excellent. Is that doing the making the Tide Spray pants and then selling them to the vendor? 1 gold 90, is that the main price? If you've never bought an item and you don't have an average, to use the market value for both columns. Yes, Ruin, use that one. If your worst enemy. Yeah, that's the problem with high pop realms. So we're going to go down and we're going to try these Umbra shards and see what kind of price we get. So TSM, we did have a manual price of 70 gold for Umbra shards. If my numbers are correct, if I copy this, so I just selected it once and Control C to copy that, and then I'm going to Alt Tab to TSM, and I'm going to go to Umbra shard. Now we had a manual price of 70 gold for this. So I'm going to delete this, I'm going to paste in my new string. Now when you paste it in, the speech marks are still there, so we actually have to manually delete those, otherwise the string will be invalid. So you've got all those extra spaces, you need to get rid of those, and the last speech mark, and then we need to go back to the beginning, so we need the home button, which on this keyboard is there. So function there, and then there's a speech mark just at the beginning before the minimum. You need to delete that one as well, and then press enter. That should work. No errors have come up in TSM here. So it was 70 gold. Now with this string in, if we take Umbra off and then do it again, I should expect this to be about 51 gold, 55 gold 10. And we can compare that with our spreadsheet price. It's 55 gold 10, so that's correct. Excellent. Okay, so that works. Gloom Dust. Let's copy that. We're expecting Gloom Dust to come out at 4 gold 82. So let's have a look. Let's see if that works. Glue for Gloom Dust. So we had a manual price of 7 gold. We'll delete this, paste that in there, take out those spaces and the speech mark, function home to the other end, delete the other speech mark. That's all correct. And we take this out, have another look. Gloom Dust is currently telling me 4 gold 82, which I was expecting. Where is it? 4 gold 82. Okay, so far so good. Now the expulsum price. Copy that. Should be 113. What's expulsum manually at the moment? 190 at the moment as a manual price, so we'll put in our string for this. We'll pop that down and then function home. So I'm going to do a video of this. This is just now that it's fully fleshed out, this is just me testing it just to make sure it works. So expulsum is now 113.64, which should be 113.65, which is about right. Now Veiled Crystal is a different one. This is based off of this purple pinky coloured Veiled Crystal, not this Veiled Crystal here at 99, because you get more Veiled Crystals this way doing the honourable braces than you do with the chants with the Uin's enchanting rods. I'm going to use this one. This is what that string is down there. So we'll go back to this and we use Veiled Crystals. Currently a manual price of 120. So using our new string, take off that there and go home and delete that. Oh, just sold a masterful navigation. Okay, so that instead of 120 is coming in at 101.02, which is 101.02. Excellent. So that matches now. My prices match up. Now according to this, whoops, that's the wrong tab. There we go, just meant to scroll that across. The kind of profits I can expect from this. So it's a negative profit from doing step 1. Total return after step 2 is higher, 1,700 gold, but that's still not a lot of gold. Now if I sold packs of haste, because with 100 braces I can make get enough materials to make 4 packs of haste, because it takes quite a lot of Veiled Crystals, that would give me a 6,000 profit. So it all depends on how much I do this. It takes about 13 minutes to process 100 braces, so bear that in mind, the time it takes to do this. But at the moment, according to the spreadsheet, it's not a huge profit here, but it is a profit. So at least that works. Okay, let me just catch up on chat. What have I missed out on? Oh god, there's loads of stuff I missed out on. There we go. Your full pot and just leave your enchants be. If you babysit them, you're sure you get more sales, but you're fine with what you get. Yeah, I think that's a good idea, Sensors, definitely. Also craft the Sinister Bracer for cheap crystals. Really? How much does it cost you to make a Sinister Bracer, though? And also watch prices of Bloodstained Bone and the price of Shimmer Scale and Coarse Leather. We can craft 54 gold weapons and sell them too. Ah, interesting, Nate. Good to know. Because they're levelling tunes for gold, making on other servers. That's a good idea, actually. Spread it across several servers. And Sky Golems is another good one, yep. Speech mark, that's the first time you heard it, someone calling it. Yes. Watch later, family wants to go eat. If I read 1 gold 90 times per vendor flip. Also watch prices Bloodstained Bone and Shimmer Scale. See if you can get them cheap. You can make them the leatherworking weapons and vendor flip too. Yes, thank you, Nate. If I haven't seen you, got some work to do, which makes you want to go and play WoW. No worries, Nelson. Glad it's of some help to you. You feel forced to level on another realm on one of the largest horde servers on, as you're on one of the largest horde servers on the EU. Well, it's worth a try. See if it appeals to you, and then you could gradually move over as time goes on. Right, well, that took quite a while, but I'm pleased that worked. So that's all done. How are we done in sales today? We've got quite a few sales in the last hour. Pacts of Haste, 2 of those. Masterful Navigation, 3 of those. And a Pact of Critical Strike. Let's do a quick check and see if we need to do a cancel scan on anything. Let's deselect all and just select BfA Enchanting and run a cancel scan on those. Now we don't want to repost those at a higher price. I'm going to leave those as they are. We have been undercut on the Pacts of Mastery. Now the profit on those is now better because, looking at our enchanting, where's our enchanting? There we go. Oh, I didn't look at the garrison actually. There's a few more things in a better profit margin here, which helps with our prices being a little bit more streamlined. So we can at least take these down. It's only 104 gold profit on these, so it's really, and that's 4 veiled crystals. It's really not worth going in lower than that. So I'm going to leave those, because those are the ones we nearly reset on anyway. So I'm going to leave those as they are. I'm not going to do those. There we are. We'll leave them. You got hooked on this since you had 450 veiled crystals. It's just a little tougher, but it is doable, yes, definitely. I just started your gold making stuff. Very similar situation. Last 3 days you made 51,000. Excellent. Right, so let's have a quick look. One last thing I want to do is go to my garrison and reset that. So we'll pop on over there. Make sure we're having a fully fleshed out Samadan here. We didn't do any restocks on Earthen, unfortunately. Maybe next stream we'll do an Earthen day. Do a little bit of levelling on Earthen. So let's have a look at our mission table. We want a Enchanter Study Rush work order. They're always good. And then we'll get some extra resources at 100%. The easy ones. Just sold a stylish red shirt. Are these good XP? Yes, we'll start that one. And might as well do that one on you. That's a lot of XP there. 12,000. Not sure if it'll work. We'll give it a go. Only cost a few. And then let's move on over. Pop our chef's hat back on. Who have we got there? How do you get the sound effect when you sell something? I used to have an add-on called I Sold More for it, but you don't need that now. TSM has it incorporated back in. So if you go to your settings under, where is it? Auctioning, is it? There we go. Auction sale sound. I've got it to be cash register here. You can change it to different different sounds, but that's where you put it in. Let's just go through that, and then we'll go check the trader, see what's up on the trader. Might be able to buy something cheaply. What have we got? Sumptuous furs expensive. How is... It's all meat. Raw beast hides expensive. So those are the only ones I'd really be interested in. The rest will leave.
Have a good one.
And then let's carry on over. Okay, Bloodflag, thank you very much for stopping by. I hope you have a good rest of your evening. I hope to see you again soon. So let's go through and collect up loads of hexweave. And then restock on it. Where are you? There you are. Restock on everything, please.
Safe travels.
And then go over to the other side. And restock on all of that. Lots of fractured temporal crystals. And restock on those.
What can I do for you?
Oh, we've only got 5 Drainic Dust. We need some more Drainic Dust. I should have some in the guild bank. Let's just go and get that going with mobile banking. And then Drainic Dust should be down in here in the miscellaneous, I think. Got 200 there and 200 there. I'm going to need some more Drainic Dust at some point. Have to watch out for that.
How are you?
Create all on that. There we go. Temporal crystals gone. Okay, those are done. TSM3 had a fishing reel when emptying the mailbox. You missed that one. You can do a mail sound. Where is it? Settings. Auctioning. Confirm complete. Cache. Oh, there isn't a sound for it. Scan complete. Maybe it's in the inventory mailing. Open mail complete sound. What have you got here? Raid warning, exploration, map ping, fishing reel in. Is that the one you want? So you go to that, and then you open up your mail, and then let's say we pick up all of these. There we go, and then you got the fishing reel sound. It still works. There we go. Very nice. There we go. Today we learnt. Fantastic. Right, and that hits me smack bang on midnight. So I think that's a good point to finish up. Let's get ourselves back to Borealis. Thank you, Mushy. I always learn something too, so we're in good company, me and Alex. That's the good thing about the gold making community. Everyone's sharing. Oh, Danny, how are you? Wow, 11 months, nearly going for the whole year. Wow, congratulations. Thank you ever so much for that continued support. I really do appreciate it. You've been around for a long time, so I didn't get the notification weirdly, but thank you very much for your continued support, Danny. Actually, a year in 7 days, it says. Oh wow, God, that's amazing. And then you'll get the gold Samadan little badge as well for being 12 months in there. Bedtime for you too, Mushy. Yes, I'm going to be finishing up here. So thank you everyone for hanging out in the chat tonight. Really do appreciate it. Let's see if we can find someone to throw a host on over to. Who is actually on? Is Method finished for the night? It looks like they might have done. Me and Donna are about 1 year to the day. Wow, brilliant. Let's have a look. Hey, that one bro guy. Loving the use of the emotes there. We're just going to send a host over to... Who is on? No one. I tell you what we'll do. Let's go. Oh, I've got someone on my follow list who I haven't fully checked out yet, but let's throw them a host. They're doing an Iron Man challenge. Who's here? You swear? No worries, that one broke eye. She's been ill. Oh, sorry to hear that, Adonria. And a new baby on the way. Wow, that's definitely definitely having your hands full. Right, we're gonna send a host over to Introvert Genius, who is the only person who's playing World of Warcraft on my list that I can see. And they're doing an Iron Man challenge, level 10 Troll Priest. So we'll go over it and send some love their way. Slash host introvert. I like the name, you see. Introvert Genius. There we go. So, from me, thank you very much. My next stream will hopefully, touch wood, everything working correctly, will be on Friday. So, a couple of days' time. We'll do something with Earthen, I believe. And the usual gold making and everything else. And hopefully I'll be able to get another video or two out onto YouTube, like with this Bracer Super Shuffle that I've just done. So, plenty of things to do. Want to say a big thank you everyone who's hung out in chat tonight. I'm going to send a host over to Introvert Genius and say hello. And 24 hours till endgame. We've booked to see it on the 30th, so no spoilers, Danny, definitely. So thank you everyone. Have a great evening, and I'll see you very soon. Sending a host over.